Hello, welcome back to the channel. Just a second reaction today to Isaac, or Isaac, I'm guessing it's Isaac Butterfield's videos. He posts quite regularly. He's on YouTube if you want to watch him. Just search Isaac Butterfield. Although I call him Butterface Butterfield because he's a comedian and he can handle a laugh. So, this is Liver King has been arrested for threatening Joe Rogan. It's quite interesting, so I'm going to watch, see what's going on. Bit of male gossip and drama.
The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan.
What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out.
Liver King has gone off the deep end. He is somewhere in the middle of a manic episode.
Isn't he the guy who denied eating anything but liver for a while, but then got found out as a fraud, or was using steroids, something like that?
Allegedly, I don't know. He has lost his mind. He's calling out Joe Rogan. He wants to fight Joe Rogan. This is all happening live on his Instagram right now.
I'd rather debate Joe Rogan than fight him, to be honest.
Uploading videos every few minutes talking about this. Let's look into it.
Okay, real quick, P.S. What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out.
Okay, what's wrong with his face, for starters? But
Yeah, I think he's looks like he's either fallen over or been made to fall over.
This video has been just posted out of the blue. I did do a quick look into some of these videos too. I wanted to really live react to all of them for you, but I did look a little bit into it. He starts blaming another person who works for him in a video in a minute because they deleted previous videos saying that it was a bad look for him. So I don't know what those videos were. If you can let me know in the comment section, that'd be great.
And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happened.
Now, I can almost guarantee, without looking at any of Joe's social media accounts, that he hasn't responded to Liver King.
Yeah, I can imagine Joe Rogan's had far worse threats than the Liver King. I mean, only, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, during COVID, he was probably getting death threats from, medical companies. The whole world was trying to cancel him on every news channel and newspaper, trying to make him out to be the devil, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I don't think Joe Rogan is going to be that bothered, because he'll probably get threats all the time.
I don't think that's happened. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if Joe Rogan spends time responding to people on the internet like Liver.
He doesn't. He's got better things to do.
King. This just seems to have come completely out of the blue, and he's just recording himself at his house yelling about Joe Rogan, which we've all done, by the way.
That's how it happened, because to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping, because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family.
I know this is sort of like, what the fuck is going on there? And some of these clips might be a little bit humorous, but this is also not great.
I think he's got a mental health problem in the fact that he's feeling a bit insecure as a man. He's getting past the point where you're considered prime and alpha, so to speak. So I think he wants to prove himself. But not to us. Prove to himself something. And yeah, midlife crisis comes for all men. We all reach the point where every day we start getting weaker, not stronger. I'm sorry, lads. That's the way it is. You either deal with it in a healthy way, or you don't.
You look at the comment section and everyone is genuinely like, oh my God, he's lost his mind. People are asking questions about schizophrenia. They're asking questions about manic episodes. They're worried about this dude. What he should have done, he is loaded by...
If he was schizophrenic, he'd be talking to voices that don't exist and stuff like that. He's not schizophrenic. I think he might have... he might be having some sort of mental health problem, sure. Like a complex or a breakdown, but it doesn't mean it's schizophrenia. There's no evidence. People just instantly assume schizophrenia for anything. Like, oh, they were violent, must be a schizo. Oh, they were paranoid, must be a schizo. Fuck off! Stop using my disability to excuse toxic behaviour, you bellends.
By the way, he has a lot of money. He should have just shut down his social media after the whole
Should get some therapy is what you should do. Get some therapy.
steroid scandal thing, if you can call it that, and just faded into nothingness and just gone back and lived his life. He had enough money. He didn't need it. But no, he didn't. And I think this has really affected him.
I have a principle to fight for. That's what I'm. And oh, well, what if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting? That would be interesting. What do you have to fight for? You're fighting. I hope you're mad. You should choke me out. You know how to do that. Or you're trained.
It could also be he's now got a new drug addiction, and if he was previously on steroids, it's now switched to something like amphetamine or Ritalin or some sort of low level or considered low level drug addiction. Like, it's what happens sometimes. You know, steroid abuse is no different to a heroin addict. So when they stop taking the steroids, they end up swapping the addiction for something else, whether that's gambling or cocaine, alcohol, marijuana. You know,
Trained. You got a black belt. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hope you choke me out. And if you don't choke me out,
Yeah, Joe is a black belt, and Liver King is not a black belt. And from my limited experience, I trained in jiu-jitsu for about, 1 or 2 years. White belt, 2 stripes. How you going? If you roll with a black belt, he's going to fuck you if he wants.
these other limits
in jiu-jitsu, yeah. But I think he's talking about a street fight or some sort of MMA fight. So I don't know, slightly different, but yeah.
will be interesting. Should be very interesting. That's the PS. I already thought about my game plan. I don't have a plan. I'm not going to train. But I hope you've been training. And I'm ready whenever you're ready. If it's tomorrow, that'll...
Do you know what, mate? It should be training because World War Three's on the cards. Should be fucking training, bro.
be great. Let's do it as soon as possible.
Okay, so I got to look up on YouTube here to see if Joe Rogan has even mentioned Liver King recently. Okay, so he hasn't said anything. It's just all old videos. There's a guy from 3 hours ago, Kenny Ko, who's made a video saying that Liver King's been arrested, threatening Joe Rogan. Is this real? Surely not.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan, and that he's going to come to town and fight him. And now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats.
Okay, so we need to really look into these other videos that he's posted. Okay, shout out to Kenny Ko there. He's just on the fucking money here. This only happened a couple of hours ago.
I just finished playing Mario Kart World with Rad. Dude, have you played that game? Mario Kart World is just so fucking dope. And then we have these...
Okay, now he's talking about Mario Kart. That was fair enough.
In case you didn't know, I take shits on the ground. This is where I lay in the shower. I lay here on the ground. That's my enema bucket.
Yummo.
My enema bucket right
What's that noise? It sounds like the game Atlantis on PS2. Did anyone play that? When you pick up like a chest or something. Anyway, that's a strange reference.
About the
That was a very specific bit of nostalgia.
movie, The Untold Truth, you know. My mom, so disappointed, you know. My own queen and the people that really care about us. Hannah.
I hope his
So many
family's
people
okay.
around us that care and love us and
Like,
really know
I'm
us.
sure that they've been posting on social media and stuff, but I hope they're okay.
Really know us.
I hope he gets the support he needs from his family, rather than like, you know, not get the support you need. Because as someone with mental disabilities, I know all too well how difficult it can be. So when I see someone having a mental health breakdown, that is the equivalent of a temporary mental disability. When you're having a mental health breakdown or crisis like this and you haven't actually got a mental disability, it is the equivalent of a mental disability. Although it may only be temporary, it is the equivalent. You have an inability to think correctly, a lack of ability that a normal person has and possesses and is normal. A lack of rational logic, so to speak. Life's tough for people like us. Honestly, it's tough. Because I see the world differently to everyone else. So everyone else either thinks I'm wrong, lying, or twisting it. They don't accept that I just see it differently. They would never accept that, because that would mean my reality is also true and theirs is also true. They couldn't accept that because only theirs is true and everyone else is false. Do you know what I mean? It's just... It's difficult. It's difficult.
The gift to have.
But it doesn't excuse his behaviour. You shouldn't go around threatening people. I agree. I've done some awful things, and just because I have mental disabilities doesn't excuse the behaviour. But that's what people do most of the time. They excuse the behaviour, and I myself have done the same. It's a very bad habit. It's a very bad habit.
Have that kind of bonding relationship, or stay tuned.
Look at the pupils on him. I'm going to ask ChatGPT as we watch this. What?
Amphetamine, or cocaine, or Ritalin. It's not marijuana. He's not chilled enough for it to be weed, although he could be smoking weed at the same time. But he's definitely on some kind of upper. And it's not alcohol because he's not slurring his words.
Why would one person's pupil be extremely large and the other pupil on the other eye be not very large? Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that, because it doesn't look great. Like, does that mean he's on some sort of medication? Does that? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. ChatGPT is.
He could be on mood stabilizers or something. Yes.
It's called anoscoria, which for some people can be totally normal, or it could be a sign of something serious. People are born that way. Eye drops, fatigue, or stress. Sounds like a lot of stress. If they got headache, eye pain, it's not good. In those cases, it can be linked to nerve palsy, Horner's syndrome, brain aneurysm, glaucoma, stroke, or infection or inflammation. Okay, that doesn't sound like anything like that. Maybe it is.
He has got injuries around that eye as well. Like, you see the nose there, you see the eye. He's got injuries around the eye that is smaller. So, if I was a doctor, and I'm not, I would be checking this man for an infection or a possible aneurysm or potential stroke. It might not be mental health related. It might just be a pure medical issue. But I am no doctor. You know, seek medical advice.
Is to do with the old drugs. Let's throw drugs in the mix there for ChatGPT. Yeah, drugs can absolutely mess with the pupil size, it says. Cocaine, meth, MDMA, decongestants. Watch out. Heroin, oxy, fentanyl, morphine, atropine. Yeah, a lot of things. LSD, ketamine, psilocybin, antidepressants also do that. So, fuck knows. Let's keep
antipsychotics too.
moving on to what he says about Joe Rogan.
Hey, Joe Rogan, I want to introduce you to Jim Riggs. Jim Riggs, this is Joe Rogan. Jim Riggs gave this to me. He gave this to me. Decorative, a decoration it isn't. You might know what this is, Joe Rogan. I'm going to call it Jim Riggs. You might not know what it is, but it's of really good utility. It's not a pretender, it's actually for real. A couple of things are for real. A couple of them.
One thing that brings me great sadness in this world is when I see someone who's suffering with mental problems, especially someone similar to me, and I can't help them. Sometimes I'll be on a metro and I'll see a schizophrenic. They're sitting there talking to the voices that no one else can hear. Everyone's looking at them like they're a dangerous piece of shit. And I can't help them. Their only way out is to escape the reality they have lost themselves in. It kills me. It literally kills me that I can't help these people. It fucking kills me. Like, and him, he needs a fucking doctor, man. They'll just pump him full of meds. And that's not what he needs. He needs to talk it out. He needs to, and you need to get to the bottom of why he's acting like this. And the reason he's acting like this is because of some sort of male insecurity or breakdown in his life, where he's no longer the seeing himself as this alpha dominant male that he used to be, where he provided for all his family and no one fucked with him. He's not seeing himself this way anymore, or less of, and he's trying to get back. Or I'm not an expert, but that's what it seems like. I don't know Liver King. I've never met him. I don't watch his videos. Just get better, mate. You don't want to go down the route I've been down. You don't want to be in a ward, surrounded by other crazy people, being treated as you're crazy because you're crazy. Like, you don't want it, mate. Just for those you care about, just seek help. Forget about Joe Rogan. He doesn't matter. He'll tell you himself, he doesn't matter. Your family matters, right? It's just fucking...
If you were to take a picture of this, what do you see? Technology?
I see a rolling box. That looks like a syringe or medication. You would all be very surprised to learn that having something like that can lead to a mental health problem. Like, say, if you lost your mind, if your mind broke while you were sitting in front of that box, Joe Rogan may become the target of your insanity, so to speak. Humans are strange creatures, honestly. We're strange.
Technology.
All right. Editor, producer Connor, who edits all these videos and has done since the start of the channel. I did it for a while because I was a fucking tired ass, but he has been involved in the channel for 8 years. I don't think we've seen anyone's fall like this, but he did ask me, Connor asked me to not make this an extremely long video because he's going camping. I hope you enjoy your camping, Connor. So we're going to keep going through the video, even though the people want to watch the downfall.
Just getting off the lake with my family. This is
beautiful. The family is okay.
Like
Okay.
we were going to do with family day on Sunday. We went into the forest. It was green. It was like glass going into the Trinity River, Sam Houston, pines, oaks. Oh, so good.
What the fuck is this man talking about?
White birds. It's like...
He's on something. He's on something. Could be LSD, could be mushrooms. He could just be microdosing himself with a very small amount of psilocybin. Like, he's definitely on something, or he's lost his mind.
All this stillness, it was beautiful. Just did that. And then we came back into a storm. A storm with lightning, had to pull over to the side. We had a good adventure this morning. And then the wagon, I couldn't get the windows up. I called Justin, said this, that, and the other. And then he said that the videos that I made earlier were deleted, archived.
What are these videos?
Why? Because it's not a good look for you and this and that. And I said, well, I wasn't on drugs then. I'm not on any drug right now. I'm upset. I'm mad. I will honor my family.
What are you talking about?
I didn't ask anyone's permission to post those videos because I'm my fucking man. I posted those videos. And then someone on my team, Adam, made another really bad
Why can't
decision.
I fast forward this? I want to see what else. This goes for 7 minutes.
With the truth. Concerned to contract in scarcity. To protect like that, not okay. Because I said the truth, I meant the truth. And now I'm fighting with someone on my team to communicate, to restore the truth. For the record, I'm not embarrassed of those videos. And I hope that we get the attention that it deserves.
Man,
I actually challenged Joe Rogan to a fight. True. $1 million the loser pays to donate to a charity. Good and true of my choosing. True. Ready to go immediately. That's true. I weigh 192, maybe less. And then afterwards, I still want to invite Joe Rogan, or I'll come to his house. I'm inviting him to mine for us to have dinner afterwards. All of that's still true.
Oh, I'm sure he's fucking keen on that, bros.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm sure he's fucking well keen. Do you know what it is? I reckon if you had been really... If you were really nice about Joe Rogan and said nice things and you weren't having a mental health breakdown and he was asking him for dinner, I'm sure he might turn up, you know, if he was in town, sure. He's a busy man, but if you've been making cryptic talk about fighting him and things, I think he's going to avoid that bullet for sure.
Click send. And really, I'm saying you can also release me of all of those things if you just invite me on the podcast. You'll make my...
Release me of those things. It could be the start of psychosis, and he might have schizophrenia. You know, maybe. But it might just be that he's put these obligations on himself rather than some sort of hallucinable or delusional voice that no one else can hear.
My life a lot easier. I bet we could have a fun conversation.
Oh, so he wants to go on the podcast. Right. This is what this is all about. And I don't know.
Trying to move back up the ladder because you've been moved down.
I've met Joe once. Very nice guy. But I don't know if the best way to get onto his podcast is by threatening him.
And
No.
maybe like each other a little bit. If you guys make my life a little easier today, and if you can just get me an invitation to Joe Rogan, that's what I'm asking for, really.
Jesus Christ.
So hang on, this guy spent the last, he said 10 minutes talking about his editors not giving him what he wants. And so he's been trying to threaten Joe Rogan with a fight to try and get an invitation onto his show. I would love an invitation onto Joe Rogan's show, but like, could you imagine? I wouldn't threaten him. For one, he's an MMA fighter, so although I can fight, I'm not a professional, so I wouldn't challenge an experienced professional who was a fighter. That makes no sense. That would be like them challenging me to a game of football. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. So, if I wanted to get onto the Joe Rogan podcast, first of all, I'd have to be famous enough for it to be worth his time. I don't think he interviews unheard of people. But once you have that, you would then have to contact him through his official channels to try and set it up officially, because he'll obviously have these official channels that reach out to people who they want to do shows with, like famous people who will get the most views. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, very famous people. The most famous scientists, controversial people who, some people hate, some people like Jordan Peterson, for example. So it has to be in Joe Rogan's interest for him to do that. And it's not in Joe Rogan's interest for him to put someone who's threatening him or made cryptic threats on his show. And it's also not in his interest to bring some nobody like me on his show. So if I wanted to do it, you have to go through the official channels. Basically, you knock on the door and ask, "Can I come in, please?" You don't shout through the window, "Let me in, please, let me in." Do you know what I mean? Right? You knock on the door, ask politely. If he says no, you walk away. Simple. And if one day he regrets that decision, he will ask you, I'm sure. But he obviously wants to get into the Joe Rogan podcast because it's very popular, it's very famous, millions of people watch it, and he wants to stay relevant because that's his business, it's his money, and maybe he's having financial issues. I don't know, but I wish you well, man. I hope your family help you, and I hope you help your family. I don't know these people, but I don't wish mental health problems on anyone. Even my worst enemies, I don't wish mental health problems on anyone. It's like getting half your brain stops working. It's not good. The world treats you very differently.
Oh, this is not good.
Hey, family, I'm going to go to the garden before...
But instead of obviously mocking these people and taking the piss, as most people will, mock him and take the piss, we need to help people like this, because one day that can happen to you. And when half your brain stops working, is that the point you want the world to start kicking you when you're down? The world should help you when you fall down, not kick you. But a lot of people, when you fall down, will kick you, not try and help you back up. That is the sad truth of most humans aren't good people. They are terrible living creatures. But some people are good people. And it's those people you've got to look out for.
For watch time, we got about 6 minutes, so I'll be right back, okay? I don't know if you heard, but it's official. The official is that it's Sunday. So it's God's day. It's family day. These are my marrow bones, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Real marrow bones. Ooh. Dude, you should see me get down on the bone. Like, uh-oh. Definitely do it in private. Let me see if I can lock it down.
Fuck it. All right, we're going to get to the Austin bit.
Videos that are interested in cockroaches.
Oh my God.
That didn't work, did it? Actually, we'll go ahead and record it anyways to optimize. Just
Listen
in
to
case
him
something might
slur.
materialize,
This is
something
not
might
good.
happen. But apparently, we don't like to watch videos.
Okay.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liberty. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you.
Okay, I don't even know if we can play that because of the music. So obviously he's calling out Rogan here.
Fist bump pound, lock it down.
Okay, so now he's jumping in the motorcade to head to the airport to go to Austin. Or to drive to Austin.
You can't buy this kind of stuff.
What is he talking
Their
about?
serial numbers, non-replicatable.
Okay, so he's got here, he's got a gift for
kind of
Joe.
stuff. Presents like that, Joe Rogan. That's how we do it. I'm actually finishing up a shit right now, and I was communicating, explaining myself, which I do a lot of lately, to another person about my time.
This is just sad. This is just fucking sad. It's making me feel sad.
And how I spend it.
What was that? He said he likes to explain it to himself, which he does a lot at the
More
moment.
than anything and everything.
Okay.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos.
What was that? Hang on, let me do that. Wait.
What was that? He said he likes to explain it to himself, which he does a lot at the
More
moment.
than anything and everything.
Okay.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore.
No, we don't have to pretend anymore.
All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. Just pulling up to the capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? What's
T.
the capital of Texas?
T.
Houston. It's Houston.
No, it is the letter T. You're wrong.
Guess what? You're dead, bitch. You're dead.
What?
You're dead. Because yeah. Welcome to Texas. Hey, Joe Rogan, I want to introduce you to
Right.
Jim Riggs. Jim Riggs.
Who's Jim Riggs?
Shit, that's pretty strong. Maybe stronger than Ty.
This looks like he hasn't slept in 100 years.
I'll book into it with love, man. I asked you for an invitation. I am a man, a real man, and you could denounce me and call me the metaphors of all these other things. I own it. I did it.
I think Joe Rogan's more likely to send some psychological help than give him a fight.
I did all of it, and you can hate me and say these things, but you're not allowed to do that.
I'm just skipping through the videos now.
I don't hate this man. I don't know this man. I don't hate you, dude. I just hope you get better.
Good morning, Primals. This is Mr.
Okay, he's up. This is an hour ago.
That's coffee, Keon coffee, the best kind.
Oh, good. He's got a coffee going into his ass. How good.
Drink some.
Hold on. Am I watching a man butt plug coffee? Is this what my life has become? Is that what he's doing?
Of the coffee.
Okay, that is current. What has been happening according to this guy.
Yeah, okay, get him some psychological help. Get him some psychological help right now. I do not wake up in the morning to watch a grown man shove coffee up his arse. Me and you, Liver King, We got problems, sunshine.
Guy, and according to Alex Jones here,
I am not
Liver King
happy.
has been arrested. I don't know if that is true.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police
Arse sources? Sorry, had to do it.
Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, if you make someone fear for their safety, that is a criminal offence. It's called common assault. So if you're making cryptic threats to a celebrity, they're well within their rights to say you're making them fear for their safety, and you get charged. It's a criminal offence. You're not allowed to make people fear for their safety. That's not how society works.
And then he's going to come to town and
If they provoke you, it's different. Very different. But if it's unprovoked, you're not allowed to.
fight him, and now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats.
What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens, because like to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping.
Wow. Look after yourself. I hope Liver King's okay. I hope he comes out of whatever this is. I hope his family's okay. I'm sure he hasn't done anything. That's not what I meant by that. I sort of mean that they're...
Let's hope he doesn't. Fucking hell. Joe Rogan's got a good podcast going. We don't need anything happening at Joe Rogan.
doing okay watching the person who is their father go into this weird sort of meltdown. I just think perhaps social media isn't for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East with these stinks. Everything in this video was alleged, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a doctor. No one listen to me. Goodbye.
Social media isn't for everyone. But let's be honest, right? It's part of the world now. You have to deal with it. So the problem is how much time you spend on social media, I think. So if you spend 10 minutes every day, I don't think it'll really affect your life that much. But if you're like me and some other people and you spend several hours each day on social media, it really impacts your life a lot. A lot. In bad ways. And some people can't handle it. Sometimes I struggle with it myself personally. So, that's the way it is, you know? And I would highly recommend, if you're having mental health problems, just get off social media. Just stay off social media, stay off Facebook, stay off TikTok, stay off YouTube, stay off Instagram, stay off it all for a day or two, and you'll feel better. Easy. Simple. Thanks very much. Peace.